What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw. Let me fix this fucking camera angle. Raw TV. Well, I do one of these videos every time I hit a new 10,000 subscribers, and I'm up to over 80,000 now. I hit 80,000 while I was sleeping last night. I got up, and that was a nice little thing to wake up to and see that I've hit 80,000. Now, some of you have been there from the very beginning, meaning like when I had less than 1,000 subs. Some of you are still watching now. Some of you just found me this week. Some of you just found me just now. So, I mean, if you have, welcome to BioS3. And if you've been there from the beginning, thank you for the support. And I got to tell you, between the 70 and 80,000 benchmark, so much shit has happened in my life. Not just with the BioS3 channel, but in general. I mean, where do I begin? The main thing I think I want to reach out and thank everybody for is the support when I came out with the video, My Darkest Secret. When I put that video out, I completely expected to get trolls just fucking destroying me. That was what I was expecting very heavily. And what happened was I got so much support by putting that out and flooded. And I mean fucking flooded. And to this day, it still continues. It's only been maybe a month or so since I put it out, of people that have gone through the same thing, that have had things like that happen to them, that have just showed their support and reached out. And I can't express what it feels like to have that much support like that. It's a horrible thing that happens to people and can affect them the rest of their lives. And, I got to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart from all the support and people defending me. And, I mean, the breakup with Kari happened, a few weeks ago, which was between the 70 and 80,000 sub mark. And, there's videos up about that. So many people have reached out to me because of that. Just so much stuff. I get to meet so many more people. Every time we go to an expo, more and more people are coming out to see me and take pictures and, talk and just shoot the shit for a little while, which I really like to do. I love that part of the expos where you just get to stand and talk, and I listen to you guys, and, it comes from the heart. The things you say, I think maybe because of the way I come across and I don't hide anything, I think that you feel comfortable when you meet me. You feel like you know me because you are watching me. This is me. It's who I am. It's the way I am all the time. Anybody that knows me really well in my personal life will tell you that's exactly how Jerry is. It's just how he is on camera. So we get to interact a little bit, and that's awesome. And, I'm looking forward to what happens in the next 10,000 subs. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? But I do want to take a chance to recognize Lee Watts, who is a running coach, who's actually Kari's running coach. She's doing a 10K, I think, in a couple of weeks. And I've known Lee for a while, and I used to do diets for his clients. And we used to have discussions. Me and Lee used to talk like this. Like, I would talk to him like I'm talking right now. We would discuss different things. And he used to tell me, just put this on camera. You should put this on camera and put it up somewhere because people want to watch it. For the longest time, I was like, nah. And then I was kind of like, well, maybe somebody would like to watch it. And that's directly how I started doing the YouTube thing in general. It was inspired by Pauline Nordine and Rob Bailey, both speaking their minds and being honest and being blunt, which is how I am, and by Lee Watts giving me the little nudge forward. And next thing you know, here we are, 80,000 subscribers later in a couple of years. And, the views are, subs are great, but the views are what really tells how far out these videos are getting to people. 800 to 900,000 views per month, 13.9 million views so far on the channel. And I've noticed, because I don't really know what that means, but when people start telling me, I go and start looking at some of the other channels that are supposed to be big channels, and my views are past theirs. They're above theirs, which means it's getting out to more people. So thank you guys for the support. 80,000 subscribers. I'd really like to get to 100,000 because I never thought, I didn't think 80,000 was possible. So I guess 100,000 is the new goal, but I take it in short steps. 85,000, 90, 95,000, 100. If we can get to 100,000, great. If not, my life's not going to end. So that being said, I wanted to not just make this about the 80,000 subs, although that's pretty cool. But I got some information from Stephen Adelaide, CEO of Isotori, and I get questions constantly still. And I say constantly, I don't mean that I get like 1 or 2 questions a week. I mean, I get 10 to 15 questions a day about Bio Gro, if they're still studying it, the effects of it, how it works, etc. And they're not really exactly sure how some of these effects they're getting from Bio Gro work. So what they're doing is they're still testing and doing studies. They did a commercial bioactive peptide, which is Bio Gro, short-term 8-week study on body composition, muscular strength and endurance, resting hemodynamics, psychological mood, and blood serum markers of health and organ function. Now, what I found interesting was psychological mood. Because if something is hormonal, okay, like you're taking some kind of test booster, or you're taking some kind of anti-estrogen that actually affects the hormones in your body like that, technically it can be a natural substance, but affect you unnaturally like that. It can cause mood swings. It can cause issues in your mood. So they're actually testing this stuff to see if that, is a possibility that it could happen. What they did was, let me go skip right to the part where it explains what happened, because there's so much stuff in this that I don't even fucking understand, to be honest with you. Conclusions. Okay, so the results of this prospective, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled research investigation indicate that when applied in an 8-week intense resistance training program, Bio Gro Bioactive Peptides, BAP, produced the following as compared with a placebo. So they took so many people and gave them Bio Gro, and they took so many people and gave them nothing. Now, I just want to say that the people who were on nothing got some pretty goddamn good gains. Okay, so these for an 8-week period, people that were wasn't taking the Bio Gro, obviously were training hard, eating right. I mean, they had their shit nailed together, which, I was looking at some of the natural gains that they made without taking anything, and I was like, holy fuck, those are pretty damn good gains. So number one, significantly greater gains in total body mass exhibited with Bio Gro Bioactive Peptides. 6.3 pounds of lean body mass, okay? That was what was gained in 8 weeks compared to the 2.8 pounds in the placebo group. 2.8 pounds in 8 weeks on a natural fucking bodybuilder with no fucking supplements, that's pretty fucking good. But 6.3 pounds, that's a lot of fucking muscle to gain. I don't care who you are, that is a lot, and that's a big difference. It's over double. It's 125% greater. What the fuck? That's pretty fucking good. Now, significantly greater gains in lean body mass compared to with placebo. So now, that was the total body mass was 6.3 pounds, excuse me. So they gained a little bit of fat with it too. The lean mass was 5.8 pounds. So that for the basic 5.8 pounds of lean mass they gained like not even a pound of body fat with it. That's like a 5-to-1 ratio. That's pretty goddamn good. Whereas the placebo group gained 3.7 pounds of lean body mass. So it pretty much was the same ratio, but it was just literally taken up a notch. Significantly greater increase in the circumferential measurement of the flexed upper arm. Okay, so it was plus 0.7 inches, not 7 inches, 0.7 inches, 0.7 inches, compared with the placebo to 0.03 inches. Now, if you were taking nothing, you get 0.3 inches. That's still pretty goddamn good, but it's still over twice the amount. It's 2.3 times greater than the placebo by taking the Bio Gro. I mean, the studies are there. They're doing the studies, and they're doing certain things that they're trying to figure out how the fuck this stuff works, but it is completely non-hormonal because they tested blood markers at the same time. So we'll get into that in a second. Significantly greater lean gains, or greater means gains in bench press 1 rep max. In the Bio Gro group, they gained 16.5 pounds on the bench in 8 weeks compared to 4 pounds in the placebo group. Okay, so now it was 4.125 times greater than the placebo group. 16 pounds to gain on the bench. I mean, I don't know if they've been training for a while, if it was new trainees, but still, that's a lot of muscle to gain, especially if you're not taking steroids. It's a lot of strength to gain on the bench press. Trust me, bench press was my thing, and I tried to gain forever on that. Significantly greater mean gains in leg press 1 rep max was 118 pounds in 8 weeks is what they gained. The placebo was 54.5 pounds. Now again, placebo group, pretty good gains, but the Bio Gro group, 2.165 times greater than the placebo. Here's an interesting thing. No significant effects of Bio Gro bioactive peptides detected for barbell curl endurance, mood states, perception of DOMS, or perception of muscle pump, which means that they didn't necessarily get a better pump, all of them, and it didn't affect people's moods. So there was Bio Gro bioactive peptides demonstrated no negative side effects in blood serum markers of health and organ function on blood markers outside healthy range, normal ranges after 8 weeks of daily use. Now, let me go through here and see where the, who the hell was the doctors that did this? They got the doctors' names in here. And, where the fuck is this guy's name? Or these guys' names? I don't know. They're in here somewhere. There's so much information. It's a study. So you're looking at performance testing, statistical plans, research participants. The demographics were, they had 20 subjects that they used. They ranged anywhere from 18 to 30 years old. And they tested body composition, skin fold measurements, circumference. They took measurements. They tested the bench press. They tested the barbell curl. The profile moods. The profile mood states. POMS. Profile of mood states. Which was, they went through, what they actually studied was tension, depression, anger, vigor, fatigue, confusion, total mood disorder. They found no changes with any of those, which means that if it was a hormonal product that could fuck with your hormones, that it would definitely have some effects with your mood, whether it's, you know, they tested resting heart rate. I mean, they tested everything to see if there would be any, even blood count, complete blood count. They did hemoglobin, red blood cells, white blood cells, hematocrit. I mean, they tested everything to see if there was any kind of negative effect that they could find. No negative effects whatsoever on glucose, bun, creatinine, I mean, sodium, potassium, chloride. I mean, everything was positive. Now, I get no money for this. I have been using the product for 2 years now, 3 years or something like that, off and on. Like, I don't use it when I travel. I forget to pack it. Well, I just don't have enough room to pack everything that I need, let alone start throwing supplements in there when I travel. And I notice a difference when I go on and off it. Absolutely. The more I take, the fuller I get. How does it fucking work? I don't know. Now, I get no money for this. I'm not sponsored by Isatori. I don't get flown out on Isatori's dime. They don't pay for me to go to the shows, nothing like that. Stephen Adelaide is a friend of mine. He's actually a good friend of mine. And when I first started talking to him after I'd used the product, I was shocked that the product worked. That's how I started talking to him. I was like, there's no way that this shit is going to work. Bought a couple tubs of it. You guys know the whole story. If you don't, well, that's pretty much what it was. Bought a couple tubs of it at the Olympia. Took it, gained, got fuller, stopped it, flattened out. Took it again, got fuller, stopped it, flattened out, over and over again. And then contacted Mark Loblighter, who then contacted Stephen Adelaide and said, here's the situation. Stephen contacted me. He's like, I don't know what's in this stuff, but it feels like a very low dose of actual IGF long range 3. IGF LR3. That's what it feels like, a low dose of that, which is exactly what the peptides are. The bioactive peptides do have an IGF boosting ability. So this is the product that comes out that gives effects that are solid. They're being backed up by research now and don't cause any negative side effects at all. And they know this by the blood work that they're doing consistently with these subjects. So, I mean, what's the downside of it? Well, some people say, well, I can't afford it. Well, if you can't afford that, you probably can't afford a lot of things. So no, maybe you shouldn't buy it if you can't afford it. But I recommend it to some of my clients who, can afford it. And I recommend it to people that want to try it that are, skeptical. Once you try a tub or two of this stuff, I guarantee that you're going to be like, I can't believe that this stuff actually works. And it gets to be to the point where when you stop taking, you notice. You actually notice, like, oh, I'm not fuller, and I don't, feel full, and I don't get the same pump. And, after my workout, I lose my pump faster. It's very, very strange stuff. So that's the new stuff that's out with that. I'm going to go back. This is getting long. It's like 13 minutes long, so I've probably lost some of you by now. But I want to go back and just thank everybody again for all the support, the subs. You guys are sharing the videos. You're talking to people. And every one of you that come out and meet me, thank you so much for doing that, because I get a huge rush from it. It feels really good to impact people in a positive way when a lot of my life before was doing it in a negative way. And I got to thank everybody for giving me the support from the whole geared up thing that just went on. I mean, I put that video up and I expected some people to be like, fuck you, Jerry, you're a scumbag. And next thing you know, I got fucking 500 likes on it and had 4,000 views overnight. And everybody was like, yeah, you know what, Jerry, you're right. We're sticking behind you. So thank you guys for all the support you've been giving me. I can't tell you how good it feels, especially in times where I'm feeling a little down. Things happen in life, you get a little down. You go on there, and next thing you know, you get support from emails, messages on Facebook, messages on Twitter. It makes you feel good to know there's a community of people that are supporting you and just like you for you. I'm just me. I'm not doing anything that I don't do in my regular life. I don't act any way I don't in my regular life. Matter of fact, maybe I'm even kind of more toned down here than I am with the people that I know. But thanks again. We'll see you soon. Bio3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bio3training.com is a blog. It's the 80,000 subscriber bicep. That's a pretty good benchmark, and we're out.